Hey y'all, today we're going to take you along to Zion National Park
in Springdale, Utah.
Oh, having a whole lot of fun.
So we found out that we're criminals.
Don't call the cops on us. Zion National Park down here in southwest Utah. We drove from Green River yesterday. Wasn't a bad drive, gorgeous drive, little windy in places and
mountainous.
Very mountainous, yeah. We drove through a mountain range. Now, when I looked on the Google map, I didn't think it was going to be like all that bad.
It wasn't to scale, or it wasn't to real size.
No, yeah, it wasn't to real size. Some of them places I had my foot buried to the floor, and you could tell that the truck was complaining a little bit about it.
Bessie did good.
But we made it in one piece, and the cat survived the trip, so we're good.
Oh.
But we left Aki at a place called Goode Ranch, a little daycare that they have just outside the park, which is cool. The folks seem to really love dogs, so which I guess is a good idea since they're taking care of dogs.
Sometimes when we go to the national parks, we like to find a place where he can be out and play all day so that we don't have to rush back.
Yeah.
And since this is our first day, full day in Zion, we wanted to be able to just kind of fully be in it and maybe taking a hike. The
lady that I talked to at the Goode Ranch says you'll never see another national park that has the colors that Zion does, and just coming into the park and seeing the mountainous
well, to be clear, we're not in the park yet. We're driving through Springdale.
We're almost to the park, and Springdale is definitely a tourist town. There's shops everywhere, there's lodges everywhere, there's all kinds of places to eat everywhere. So they've definitely capitalized on being at the entrance of the park. It almost reminds me of like downtown Gatlinburg.
It feels very much like, and it feels like when it's crowded, it could very much be that way too.
Which you said that you'd seen other YouTubers come through here, and it was
like people everywhere. Right now, like
it's November 1st. It's the colder season. It's the end of the shoulder season, or this is the shoulder season.
It's the beginning of the shoulder.
It's the beginning of the shoulder season. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it shouldn't be as packed as what we've seen. And like you said, that there were cars everywhere, parked everywhere, and until we got, I think we're like getting on the edge of town. The outside edge of town, we didn't see that much traffic, so
no,
that's a good sign.
And it's not even really all that bad right now, so we're fingers crossed that it's going to be okay, and we're going to get to have a nice day in the park without massive crowds.
Yeah, so we're going to stop and get gas as soon as I can find some. I got gas cans in the back.
Hey, so how about we turn this around and let them get a view?
Oh, well, I think we're going to turn this around to go back and get gas, too. So, hey, this is a good way to show you guys Springdale. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, you want to see this.
Empty parking lot. Woohoo!
Get your...
do you guys use a junior program?
Mm-hmm. How long are you going to be in Zion?
A week.
Okay. How old are you?
11.
So you're a lucky lizard. You do all the activities that have a tarantula and have a lizard. You're required to take in a ranger program. There's none today, but every other day they're at 11 and 2 p.m. at the museum. Have the ranger sign it, and then when you're done, you can bring your book back here or the museum. We'll be happy to go over it with you. You can earn a badge.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sure. Be safe.
Oh my word. This place is beautiful.
We're driving pretty much through a giant canyon.
Yes. And what I was reading was Zion actually is known for being down in the canyon, unlike like Grand Canyon, you're up on the rim.
Right.
And so we should get lots of fun views.
There's a bunch of different hikes you can do down here, a bunch of different trails to go on. They've got them mapped from easy all the way up to strenuous. I tried to get Addie to let us go on this one hike, Angel Angel's Landing, which ends on the last 3/4 of a mile. You're actually walking, I think, pretty much on one of the fins. And it's like a 1,000-foot drop on either side, and the only thing keeping you from falling is fate and chains. Yeah. I'm thinking we're probably not going to do that one. They've got these hanging gardens, Emerald, Weeping, what's that called? You got the map and I got to drive.
Okay, well, while I'm figuring that out, she said there's something else about Angel Landing, Daddy. What did it say, Addie?
It's not for children, not for people with extreme heights, or people with bouncing issues, because you're on a fin.
Okay.
Well, I think we're probably not going to do that one.
Weeping Rock. It's a short but steep, minor drop-offs. Paved trail ends at Rock Alcove with dripping springs. Trail side exhibits.
Dripping springs. That just keeps coming up everywhere we go.
Maybe it's a sign to go back to Texas.
What's this?
I don't know. This person wants me to stop.
So Weeping Rock is on up there.
Y'all, that is a long line of cars coming down.
I will say, though, total side note, it's so funny because I'm like, oh, it's gonna be 70, so I'm in my shorts, we're all wearing our lighter clothing, and everyone here is like bundled up.
There's a whole bunch of people in this park with climbing gear. People just backpacks filled with ropes and rings, and I'm taking it this is probably a very popular park to go climbing on the cliffs, rock climbing. We won't be doing that today, sorry. Okay. If anybody was looking forward to us doing that on this trip, we're going to let you down.
No, not with Mikey and him scaring me every 5 minutes.
Well, we've seen about 20 cars go past us now. I wonder if they're going to let us in. Still waiting. They're not letting anybody go. You know, this thing closes back up, right? Can you do that or not? Every time. Well, they finally let us through.
Scenic Drive is this way, and Lodge is that way. Go that way.
What? Honey?
That's what it said. That sign said to go that way. It's just that there's construction. It didn't say we couldn't go this way.
Well, there's a bus following us, so.
This is the Scenic Drive.
Okay.
It's just very under construction.
Some guy just waving at my GoPro.
Photo bombing the GoPros.
Lots of construction going on the road here today. So another thing that Cris and I do is every time we see a sign that says bump, so if you see us do that, just know that there was a bump sign.
Lots of that.
There's lots of bumps right now.
Okay, let's try and enjoy the park despite all of our. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if we're getting those in the GoPros because there's bumps everywhere. We're just going to show you guys all the bumps. Well, we've made it through all the road construction and all the bumps and the bump aheads. I'm looking behind us.
Enjoy the tranquilness of Zion.
And there's nobody behind us. All of a sudden, the park just emptied out. So it's like we got the park all to ourselves.
Oh, deer.
Oh, deer. Hey, there's deer.
So we're excited. Zion Lodge is up here, and that's hopefully where we can park to go see the first place we're going to hike.
So, here we go.
Here we go.
So we just parked, we come across the bridge, and the views here are just amazing, and we haven't even got it started yet. Check us out. Just check out this view. This is just walking up to the trailhead for the Emerald Pools. And that's the view we get. So beautiful.
We are standing here with this gorgeous view, watching Daddy as he plays in
Don't
the
fall
water.
in water!
We got Ad.
Soon this shall be my camera.
It's going to be your camera. Are you going to become a camera lady on the team?
Yeah. Because Dad's going to be getting a new camera tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So he's giving me this hand-me-down one.
So you can help us record things from your point of view?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just record random things.
Yeah. Who knows what we might get?
Yeah.
Like random bathroom talk.
Or just random thoughts, I don't know.
Random thoughts by Addie.
Random vlogs, I don't know.
Yeah, there we go.
Maybe.
Maybe. So these are the emerald pools that we're going through. You got a lower, middle, and an upper emerald pool. And what it is the spring water comes down, and the lower rock is more porous than what they call the Kayenta layer, which is a really, really, really hard rock. And so the water gets pushed and it goes between the rock layers, and it's eroded all this away over time. Of course, it's its own little ecosystem. There's different ferns and frogs. I haven't seen any frogs, but it might be because it's a little too cold. But there's a whole different ecosystem down here, and it's eroded away this giant 100-foot rock ledge. Let's hope it doesn't erode any more away while we're standing under it. So you remember how I said, hope that this doesn't erode away any further while we're here? Well, apparently, a while before we were here, it did. So this is as far as this trail will go. It's supposed to go on up, but if you look behind me, see them rocks? And right here, sorry, I'm pointing on the screen right there, that's the walkway. So those rocks fell in the walkway. I'm very glad that we were not here as that happened, but it's still beautiful. Like, this is what I imagine the Garden of Eden. That only permitted vehicles could go so far, so we're not sure about that. So Mike is going inside to talk to a park ranger to make sure that we're not breaking any rules. I don't think we are. I think that's to keep people from that have like really big vehicles from driving through there, because I think there's a tunnel. So we're figuring that out, and then I think we're gonna try and do a hike to Weeping Rock. Fingers crossed. Here he comes. My informed man. So we found out that we're criminals. Don't call the cops on us. Apparently we weren't supposed to be up here yet, even though what I thought I read on the website is that you can have your personal vehicle in places starting November 1st, which is what today is. But apparently the ranger, was it a ranger that you talked to? No, it was a nice lady named Nancy at the information desk at the Zion Lodge. Nancy says we have to have a sticker. And if we don't have a sticker, which I guess the stickers are for people who stay at the lodge. At the lodge. You're supposed to park at the visitor center or at the junction if there's parking spots, and take a tour bus that will drive you up and down the scenic route, which I pretty much think that means you can't hike it. So there's another area where you can take your car. This would have all been really informative had it been on the map, and or mentioned at the entrance. But that's okay.
Nancy said that a lot of people have been confused today about what to do.
I can understand, because it is very confusing, and then on top of it there's like all kinds of construction and stuff. So anyhow, what we are going to do is, once we get let through again, because we're sitting and waiting again, is instead of trying to do the shuttle buses and everything today, because we have to be back for Octavius, there is another scenic drive, Mount Carmel Highway. So we're going to take that and do some GoPro footage and enjoy that kind of thing, and we're going to save maybe hiking and all that kind of other stuff for another day. I don't know. After we do some research, and then we're prepared for...
Well, I guess, we could take a shuttle bus up there, and then, like, wherever they stop at, you get off, because, like, every 5 minutes shuttle buses come through there. So you can hike and do whatever you want to do, and then just come back and wait on the next bus. Because hopefully it's not late in the day whenever the buses stop running.
Well, it's not just that. It's that there's lots of construction. So we're getting a little concerned about, one, finding a place to park. Two, getting on a bus. Then getting all the way to the hiking place. Then take the time to go hike. And then go all the way back through all of that. And get back to Octavius. So today we're going to...
Just turned into a driving day.
Yeah, we're going to try... Which we could have brought him on. Although we could not have went on the hike that we illegally took.
Well, what? The hike wasn't illegal.
It was our parking our car.
Parked at.
I don't know. It's beautiful though. I don't know, but I feel a little bit like the first time we went to Disney World, where I was just completely overwhelmed. We're gonna try and get legal. And get our GoPros back up and going, and try and enjoy the rest of today, which hasn't went exactly as planned, but that's okay, because some of the best adventures start out that way, and we've had a good day despite all of our mishaps.
There's been a diverse range of people in the park, from what I've seen. I mean, if you look at the parking lot and you see people from all over, there were people from Massachusetts, Maine, Indiana, Texas.
Who took our picture? British Columbia?
There were people from British Columbia. There were more people from Texas.
Yes.
And then there were people from definitely out of town. I heard a lot of German-speaking people here. There were some Japanese tourists here. One guy who thought I was proposing to him because he wanted me to take his picture, so I got on one knee. All kinds of people coming down here and just experiencing just how beautiful this park is. And even though we didn't take the road all the way up yet, just coming into the park and seeing the beauty of it, it's amazing. Oh look, a bump.
So I'm so confused. Like, I'm confused where we're allowed and where we're not allowed, because none of this is making sense.
We should have took the bus.
Yeah, but I don't know. Anyhow, so we're gonna get over to where we're supposed to be, and then so here we go. We've decided we are gonna go have some pizza, and then we're gonna go pick up Octavius, and then we're gonna go back to the drawing board on how to see the rest of Zion, like the majority of Zion Canyon that I don't think we saw. But we enjoyed what we did see, didn't we? We just needed to play. It was a lot more complicated than all the other places that we've been. So we're going to go back and we're going to figure that out. Right?
I'm hungry.
We need to feed the bear. Here we go.
If you want to see the latest, click on the left right here. If you feel like subscribing, click on the right, my dear. And if you think we're funny enough to send us money, click the Patreon link below.